received a comment on one of my most recent videos that asked if I could do a video on how I cook, clean, parent, study, work, run this channel, and all the other things I do any given day. The truth is, every day doesn't look the same for me, and I do have a partner who helps a lot with the everyday things, so I found it a little hard to answer. Instead of doing my typical day in a lifestyle video, I thought I'd share with you some things I've let go of to adopt a more simple way of doing things without sticking to strict guides and rules, but still being able to get things done. You see, I feel like we've been taught that one size fits all when it comes to productivity and getting things done, but that can't be the case because our lives themselves are not one size fits all. And I think it's important to remember that I can share any and everything I do in my life and give you all the steps, but you must always take a little of what you get from others and apply only the things you need. Even then, you may have to tailor a few things to fit just right. So as a reminder, the things I will talk about today are things that have been working for me right now in the current season I'm in life and are subject to change as things change around me. That leads me to my first thought, which is letting go of the idea that I had to stick to a system. There are things that are routine, like making my bed every morning, hygiene, devotional, journaling, but not everything in my life is routine, and I'm okay with that now. I've tried time blocking and fitting every little thing into these blocks of time, but realistically, my kids aren't robots, and therefore at this time, I've given up on trying to program their hours. And honestly, even if I try, kids are so unpredictable anyway. And I do still have reused Google Calendar for anything that has a set day and time, so I can get the alerts for reminders for things like appointments, birthdays, meetings, and other things. Now I use a planning journal to write out things I want to get done by goal. And it's a super simple planning system that works wonders for me. I'm even using it to plan my wedding. I got this system from a YouTuber called Pins and Pairs, so all the credit to her. And then I just tailored it to what works for me. First, I write out my goals. So I just write out the word goals, and then I set my goals at the very beginning of the year into categories and broke those down into monthly things that I can do. So each day I will write down the main goal. So this one is skills. Then we have content. So, I have goals for my content creation. And then we have personal goals. So this could be like working out or doing devotionals every day, journaling every day. And then my wedding, which is the biggest goal this year. So doing things to get me closer to having a successful wedding. And then I have a miscellaneous section at the bottom to just drop any like random things that don't fit into the other categories throughout the day. And underneath this, I will write out tasks that I could get done in a day to get closer to getting better at my skills. So for example, I wrote free code camp, and then under content, film this video. Personal, I can write out things like devotional and working out. And then for wedding, I'll write down a goal that I need to take care of to get closer to getting something checked off the list for things I need to do for that. So calling the florist. And then the miscellaneous could be like cleaning up the bathroom, different things like that. So then at the very top, I will write out the first 3 things. Now, I like to take things in 3 chunks, so I really love this, how Pins and Pairs did this on her page, and she has the same journal. So the first 3 things you'll take, this is like just how it looks on a regular page. I'm using a blank grid dot in the back, but you write down the first 3 things that you want to do, and you're pulling these things from the list of goals that you made. So just pick out 3 things. It could be from any category, so it could be all things from the skills section, it could be all things from the wedding section, but I like to pick something from each category just to hit something. At least I can get one thing ticked off for each bigger goal. And then those are the 3 things that I'm focusing on first. So I'm not focusing on anything else until I hit these goals. And then as I hit them, I just put an X next to them, and then I check them off on the bigger mind graph there. Then I move on to the next 3 things. So once I figure, I got completed the first 3 things there, I'll write out the next 3 things. And you just take it in chunks like that instead of trying to worry about every single thing on the list. If you don't get done with more than the first 3 things that you wrote down in a day, that's fine. If you have more that you get done with, that's really great too. But try to be gentle on yourself. And then at the very top, I also like to write gratitude so that I make sure every single day I write down at least one thing in that section that I'm grateful for, things that I'm thankful for. And then on the regular spread, on the other page, I will write out notes. So that could be something I want to remember for tomorrow or anything else of that nature. Now, when it comes to cooking and cleaning, my fiance helps a lot. I do all the cooking, but he does most, if not all of the cleaning. And he does it during the day when my kids are at school and I'm at work because he works from home. Now, we don't have gender roles in our household, so whatever way he can help me or I can help him, it just gets done. I think this leads to another important thing to remember. We don't always know what help other people have in their life. A person can share their system with you and explain how they got everything done, but if you don't have the same variables to assist you, it makes that system a lot different for you. Some people don't have to work a traditional 9 to 5. Some people have babysitters or nannies. Some people have family on hand whenever they need. And some people have assistants. I have my fiance, who's also a videographer and knows how to edit videos and can help me with the techie side of YouTube. And he's also a hands-on dad who can take the kids and entertain them while I get filming done. And I can do the same for him. I let go of super strict and planned out systems, and I just stick to knowing what I need to do and get those things done whenever I can, while of course being aware that I do want to get them done and get closer to my goals. The only discipline that comes into the way that I do things is making sure that I write out my plans on daily pages every night to have a clear view of things I need to fit into the next day. When you're at the beginning of doing things to get closer to your goals, there may be things you have to change or rethink to be able to get things done. And sometimes that may look like getting up at 5 a.m. to study before the rest of the world wakes up. I think having routines is about learning yourself and what works for you. I know that I concentrate better in the morning, so studying in the morning works better for me. I know that filming a video usually works best on Saturday mornings when my fiance and I are off work and have more flexibility to help each other with the kids. The thing to take away from this video is that one size does not fit all, and while we can wish to adopt the system from somebody we watch on YouTube or someone we talk to in our personal lives in hopes that it will create a perfect stress-free productive situation, that's not always going to be the case. Take what you learn and apply what you need accordingly. Find the tools you love to guide you in your productivity. For me, that's Notion, my Hobonichi planner, and Google Calendar, and I simply use these as catch-all tools to reference later or for alerts, but I don't use them to be on strict time restraints. Don't think too much about all the things you have to get done and how they're going to get done. Just go. Write out your simple plan and go. Whenever I overthink things, I spend all the time worrying about the thing instead of just doing the thing. Be realistic about your lifestyle and what will work for you. And remember that simplicity often can be the best thing we can ever implement on our journeys through life. And be open and okay with the idea that things will change as you and the things around you change. Remember to be gentle with yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.